Hello friends! If you're on the hunt for some hidden gem fantasy shows that you might not have heard of, you've come to the right place. While some of these shows are a bit older, I promise they're definitely worth your time. Legend of the Seeker is one of my favorites. I watched it many years ago and decided lately to give it another shot. The series starts with Richard discovering he is the Seeker that everyone was waiting for and that he needs to protect the world by defeating an ancient evil. At first, Richard has no purpose to do so, so he refuses. But Darken Rahl gives him a very good reason to accept his role as the Seeker. This fantasy series is based on Terry Goodkind's Sword of Truth novels, but it tells an entirely different story. If you liked Merlin, then definitely give this one a try. I had to mention Into the Badlands, as I believe this show has never really got the attention it deserves. For those who have never watched it, the series takes place in a post-apocalyptic world known as the Badlands, approximately 500 years from now, where barons control land and monopolies over commodities like opium and fuel, trading amongst themselves to maintain the peace. The story follows a skilled warrior named Sunny, who serves as a regent to one of the most powerful barons. As he searches for enlightenment and freedom from his past, he's caught up in a larger struggle involving hidden prophecies and the fight for control over the Badlands. What would you do if the richest man in town kidnapped your girlfriend? Now, what if she decides to stay with him for the money and power? In this comedic musical fantasy series, a dashing knight, down on his luck, is determined to reclaim his reputation and his happily ever after by going after the evil King Richard, who ruined it the moment he kidnapped the love of Galavant's life. Galavant is assisted by his faithful squire and the lovely Princess Isabella, whose kingdom of Valencia has been conquered by Richard. I just recently discovered the existence of this show and will start watching it soon. Let me know in the comments if you watched it. Now, this show is a special one. It follows a group of young offenders sentenced to work in a community service program. While serving their time, they're caught in a freak electrical storm that gives each of them unique superpowers, which reflect their inner struggles or personalities. For instance, Kelly, who's self-conscious about being judged, gains the ability to hear others' thoughts, while Alicia, who craves attention, becomes able to make anyone sexually attracted to her with a touch. The show stands out for its gritty, often vulgar humor, and its realistic depiction of flawed, everyday people suddenly dealing with extraordinary abilities. Over time, they confront dangerous foes, including others affected by the storm, and learn to deal with the consequences of their actions. If you are a fan of Harry Potter and Narnia, you might want to give The Magicians a shot. The series follows Quentin Coldwater, a graduate student who discovers that the magical world he has read about in his favorite childhood books is real. He and a group of other students are accepted into Brakebills University, a secret institution for magical education. While they learn spells and study the craft, they uncover darker and more dangerous truths about magic and the parallel world called Fiery, which becomes central to the storyline. Unlike many traditional fantasy shows, The Magicians delves into the complexities of its characters, touching on themes of depression, trauma, addiction, and mental health, all while exploring the cost of wielding great power. His Dark Materials is a fantasy television series based on the book trilogy by Philip Pullman. The show takes place in a parallel world and follows the story of a curious young girl named Lyra. Lyra discovers a dangerous secret that involves Lord Asriel and Marissa Coulter, and is the subject of a witch's prophecy that she will change the world. In her search for a missing friend, Lyra also uncovers a series of kidnappings and a link to a mysterious substance called dust, which leads her on a journey of epic proportions and ultimately to other worlds. In her journey, Lyra meets incredible friends, from a Texan aeronaut to an armored bear and a boy from another world. Together, they take on these forces, forging bonds and fighting for something far bigger than they could have ever imagined. Before diving into the final series, I thought it's worth mentioning some great shows in the same genre that have unfortunately been cancelled after only one season. This series is about 3 teenagers who fight the deadly spirits plaguing London, doing their best to save the day without any adult supervision. The Bastard Son and the Devil himself. This series follows the son of a notorious witch responsible for a deadly massacre. The latter tries to find his place in the world whilst caught between two warring clans. Deadly Class is a series that follows a disillusioned teen recruited into a storied high school for assassins. He is forced to maintain his moral code while navigating a ruthless curriculum and vicious social cliques. Set in the fictional land of Daiho, Alchemy of Souls is about young mages trying to deal with the chaos caused by a forbidden magic spell that lets souls swap bodies, completely messing up their destinies. The story follows Naxu, a fierce assassin, whose soul accidentally gets trapped in the fragile body of Mudiak, a servant of Jang Ok. Jang Ok is the young master of a noble mage family, but he's hiding a big secret about his birth that's been holding him back. Desperate to change his fate, he turns to Naxu, now in Mudiak's body, for help. Together, they face dangerous magic, hidden agendas, and a world where their fates are anything but certain, while developing an unexpected connection along the way. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to join our community, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below whenever you get the chance. See you in the next video.